Hello. Hi. 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 Thank you for the host talk, Wabbit, and thank you for reminding me to change my thing. Y'all, I'm telling you, I got to tell y'all my stories. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome in. This is Mom's Kidz Corner. We are going to do some stories and some songs and some crafts. Um, so I have a couple of what I think is interesting things to share with you. I did move my camera a little bit, this one, so that I could show off my spring decorations. Lots of flowers and butterflies and so on. But I stopped the stream and started back because I've noticed that if I don't do that, my title in the little things is not right. So that's why I stopped and started again. I hope that worked. I don't know if it will or not, but anyway, y'all, I got lots of stuff going on. In fact, I've got so much stuff going on that it is hampering me from sleeping at night. I went to bed last night, my normal 3:30 time. I'm a night owl. We know this about me, and I couldn't sleep. I uh, I I imagined houses and realtors and moving furniture and COVID shots and knee shots. I have got I have got so much stuff going on that sleeping completely eluded me. Of course, I was sick yesterday afternoon. I had an upset stomach. I don't know if it's the fact that I've changed my eating habits. I'm trying to eat healthier, which means more fruits and vegetables, more stuff like that. Plus, they put me on a high blood pressure pill. And I don't know if the two of those things have changed my system or what, but my stomach was just unhappy. I felt nauseous and sick and ugh, just ugh, you know. So that'll be the little thumbtack thing that they use with me with my tongue stick out. Blech. Anyway, felt really bad yesterday afternoon and until the wee hours. So that didn't help matters trying to go to sleep. Yeah, but I couldn't sleep, and I hope I can sleep tonight because I'll be traveling tomorrow. I am actually going to my little thumbnail thing. Yeah, they do that. Me sticking my tongue out was the one they use now. They always find the most unflattering one to use. Thumbtack, whatever they use. Anyway, the little thing that they stick on there, little picture. Anyway, um, I'm traveling tomorrow down to where White Wabbit is to look at a house. I am my plan was always whatever it's called. I don't. It's a thumb something I know. It's the little picture. Um, House hunters. Yeah, we're kind of doing a house hunter thing. We started out virtual. White Wabbit was kind enough to go meet the realtor and walk through it and let me look at it, through the phone. And I liked it well enough to be willing to drive down to see it. Um, the plan's always been for me to go down there closer to her, which I like that idea. I like being closer to my baby. I like being able to go out to lunch with her. I like being able to visit her without having to drive 2.5 hours. I like the area that I'm living in, don't get me wrong, and my sister's home that I am living in currently is a very nice house. As you can see the mantle and stuff behind me. It's a nice house, but it's my family's all gone now. The reason I came here is gone, so I'd like to be nearer family. White Wabbit is about 25 minutes from my brother, so I could see him, on a regular basis. And of course, my son's in Alabama, so it really doesn't make that big of an impact. Of course, I guess you figure I'm 2.5 hours closer to him. If he wanted to come and see me, at least I would be 2.5 closer for the drive. But got lots going on this week. Gonna do my house hunting. Got a knee shot. And got my COVID shot this week. There probably won't be much streaming this week. I know tomorrow night is completely out. There's no way that I can do tomorrow night. I probably won't be home till time to stream. I'll be traveling back and forth. Um, as far as Wednesday goes, it just depends on how I feel. Um, I don't get my COVID shot till Thursday. So if I'm not just killed from my knee shot on Tuesday, then I may stream on Wednesday, but there will not be a stream tomorrow night. I'm just going to go ahead and call that because I know that's not going to work. Well, you know what, Webb, and I know that we'd love to have him here, but he has such a good job. I cannot, in all honesty, say, oh, you should come here because he's got such a good job. I know he doesn't want to leave that. I wouldn't want to leave a job that's as a good one as he's got. So I can't blame him for wanting to live where he can make a living. You know, it's just I can't blame him at all. Okay, let's get started. Let me get me a drink, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. I've got kind of a strange lineup today, y'all. I don't know what I was doing when I set this stream up today. I've got a crazy stream going on here. I started out planning for some sort of a spring something. Then it morphed into a unicorn, which is what we're going to make today. Let me show you, and I'll tell you what you're going to need so that you can get your supplies together. We'll be using a big oval, and there is an oval in the Discord, a pattern, if you'd like to go get this pattern that I'm using. If you can draw an oval, wonderful. You know me, I can't draw. So let me show you what we're going to make, and I'll tell you what we need. Camera, come on. There it is. Okay, we're going to make a rainbow unicorn. Isn't she pretty? So you're going to need white, I'm using cardstock because it's a little stiffer. We made the cardstock, the oval out of cardstock. I used yellow for the horn. And we're just going to draw a triangle and make it rounded at the end instead of pointed. And that's what the ears are. The ears are little triangles. And then you're going to need some sort of decoration. And I had these little flower stickers that I just kind of layered on for there. And then little hearts for her cheeks. And then we're going to draw her face on and cut strips for the rainbow. I thought she was really cute. So my spring thoughts morphed into, I'm going to do the unicorn. And then I didn't have any unicorn stories. So, hello, Waterfly 80s guy. Yo, we're going to make a unicorn. So, and of course you'll need your scissors and your glue and all that. But this is what you're going to need. Cardstock, stickers, markers. It's real simple, but it's cute, I think. I should have put my little rainbow closer together, I think. Instead of having spaces in between, I think I probably should have laid them closer together. And my mouth is a little bit far over, but I told Wabbit she's looking to the side. But there she is, and that's what we're going to make on stream today. We're going to make a rainbow unicorn. I think she's cute. I noticed in the example that I got off Pinterest, they put a little bit of red here. We could always do that if we wanted to, but I think she turned out really cute. So that's what we're going to work on today. You can be getting your cardstock and your stickers and your markers and stuff together while we do our stories and songs to start with. So let me turn the camera back off, and we're going to sing a song or two and do a book. I said this started out as spring, and then I morphed it into unicorn, and then I didn't have a unicorn book. And I got in there looking through I have a stash of kids books that I kept thinking I was going to substitute teach. And now I use them here. So I was in there looking through my books, and I came upon the book that we're going to do today. I'm going to do 2 stories today. One of the stories I'm going to do is out of my Humpty Dumpty storybook. We talked about this back in Easter time. This is a very, very old book that I had when I was a child. And it has several stories in it. We're going to do a story out of that today. But here's the one that I thought was so odd that I morphed into. Instead of doing some sort of unicorn story or spring story or something, I found this book called B is for Bluegrass. And it is a Kentucky alphabet. Now, guys, I'm from Kentucky. Let's just face it. From my accent, you probably have figured that out by now. I am a Kentucky girl born and raised. And I wanted to do this book and talk a little bit about the things in Kentucky. I learned a lot reading this book. I ain't going to lie to you. There's things in this book I didn't know we had. So I wanted to share some Kentucky knowledge with y'all today. So we're going to do a Kentucky book. We're going to do just a regular story. We're going to sing a few songs, and we're going to make our craft. So that's the plan. Now, there will not be Family Game Day after stream because today is Johnny and Heidi's Sunday supper and Zoom concert that I am a member of because I'm a tier 3 with them. So I won't be doing game day after this, and I'm sorry about that. I know this week is going to be really crazy, but like I said, I've got a lot going on this week. Guys, I was at Kroger at 7 o'clock this morning. I could not sleep. I rolled the bed from 3 o'clock till 6:30, and I got up and I got dressed. Hello, Sonic. I got up and got dressed and went to Kroger at 7 o'clock this morning. I went to Kroger, put gas in my car and everything to get ready to go tomorrow. I thought I might as well, if I'm not going to sleep, I might as well get up. And it could be a very big week, yeah. And I think maybe the fact that it's such an enormous thing I've got looming ahead of me, it's really, my sleep schedule has just went gone. I'm hoping I sleep at least maybe tonight. If I get really sleepy early, I'm just going to go to bed and sleep what hours I can. I would rather sleep a few hours as to roll the bed all, as to stay up and roll the bed all night. It's just odd. I'm just an odd person, but got lots going on, lots on my mind, and I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, so let's sing. Let's do what we're supposed to be doing here, you guys. All right, we're going to start with Mr. Sun, and most of the songs we're doing today, we've done before, but they fit in, and I liked them, and I thought, I'm going to do some of these again. Because I was on there looking for songs, and I'm thinking, I don't know why I can't do these ones. I really like them, so that's what we're going to do. You all know this song. Sing along with me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind that tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Shine down on me. Shine, shine, shine. Shine down on me. Shine, shine, shine. Shine down on me. Shine, shine, shine. Oh, Mr. Sun, Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind that tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on, won't you shine on, please shine down on me. And that's Mr. Sun. I think that's just a cute song, and I thought we would start out with something happy and cheerful. It's a rainy, dreary day here today. Now, at 7 o'clock this morning, it wasn't raining when I went to Kroger. You guys, I can't believe I just didn't go to sleep and just got up and went to the grocery store. I love that song. I think it's a whole lot of fun. And you can kind of, I know that may not be the exact tune to it, but y'all know I don't sing anything in the exact tune. You know that by now. I sing it my tune. Okay, we're going to do our book. Like I said, this is called, look at it in the camera, B is for Bluegrass, a Kentucky alphabet. I guess I figured Bluegrass was springing, you know. It's written by Mary Ann McCabe Riehle, Riehle. I guess it's Riehle, maybe. And it's illustrated by Wes Burgiss. Lots of information in this book, and I really enjoyed getting it ready to do today because, like I said, I found out things from this book that I didn't know about Kentucky. So we're going to talk a little bit about my home state, Kentucky. And what am I doing here? Something. Oh, never mind. I thought my mic had fallen off. A. An artist named Audubon starts off with an A. He painted many beautiful birds that would fly away. John James Audubon lived near Henderson, Kentucky in the early 1800s. He was an ornithologist. Do you know what an ornithologist is? It's somebody that studies birds. An ornithologist is someone that studies birds, and he was also a prolific painter. The cardinal is the state bird of Kentucky, and the male cardinal is red, and the female is light brown with just a bit of red on its wings and its tail. B. B is for Bluegrass. Across the fields it's seen, and as though it looks like blue up close, it's very green. Kentucky's nickname is the Bluegrass State. It comes from the grass that's mostly in the northern central part of the state. During the spring, the grass appears blue because of the bluish purple blossoms. C. Colonel begins with the letter C. It sounds more like a K. If you are honored with this title, it will make your day. A Kentucky colonel is the highest honor given to a person by the governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Kentucky colonels are goodwill ambassadors for the state and have been recognized for their outstanding community service. D. Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone leads us to a D as he led the settlers to Kentucky, daring to travel through the mountains and gap, finding his way without a map. Daniel Boone was a brave frontiersman who loved to explore. In 1775, Boone led pioneers through the Cumberland Gap, a 600-foot passageway through the Cumberland Mountains. They continued their journey into what is now central Kentucky. It's where Daniel Boone built a fort and established a settlement known as Boonesboro. And I pass Boonesboro, the turnoff to Boonesboro, every time I go see White Wabbit. I pass that turnoff every time. E is for equestrian, a fancy word for someone who loves horses and loves to ride and groom and feed horses. Lexington and the surrounding areas has become known as the horse capital of the world. F is for Frankfurt, our beautiful capital city. It's also for the floral clock that tells time and is so pretty. The Capitol building's focal point is the rotunda with its 212-foot high dome. The building was completed in 1910, and on the west lawn of the Capitol grounds is the floral clock. Its face is 34 feet in diameter, and it's made up of over 20,000 plants. Do you know the difference in capital and capital? If it's spelled with an A, it's for a city. If it's spelled with an O, it's for a building. Think A for map and O for dome. G. Beginning with the letter G and glistening like gold, the goldenrod, the state flower, is with color bright and bold. Goldenrod officially became the state flower in 1926, and it can be used as a tea, a dye, or dried and used in floral decorations. I'm also very allergic to goldenrod. It makes me sneeze. H. H is for horses and a horse park H is for horses and a horse park in Kentucky. If you get to visit there, you feel mighty lucky. Kentucky has one of the largest concentrations of thoroughbred horse farms in the world. The thoroughbred is the state horse of Kentucky. Isaac Shelby was the first governor and also the 5th governor of Kentucky. He must have been quite a guy. In 1813, Governor Shelby created the designation of Kentucky Colonel. Isaac Shelby has several different states named after him, including my phone's making noise. Including areas in Ohio and Kentucky, and I think that means it has several different counties named after him. I think I typed that wrong. J. Jockeys ride on horseback at Churchill Downs and other tracks. To those who train to race someday, we dedicate the letter J. 1st and 5th, y'all very random. Hi, Ducky, come in. We're talking about some Kentucky history today. K. The jockey rides and guides the horse, and I can't talk today. And the special jacket and hat that is worn by a jockey is called silks. The color and the pattern of the silks represent the owner of the horse. K is just one letter, but it might make you think of 3. Think original recipe or extra crispy, and you'll think KFC. Colonel Harland Sanders began what became KFC in a small gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. His secret blend of 11 herbs and spices attracted more and more people until he opened a restaurant across the street. Now there are KFC restaurants in over 80 countries. In 1935, Harland Sanders' contributions to food and dining were recognized, and he was made a Kentucky Colonel. There's also a bust of him in the state capitol. L. Step up to the plate and take a crack at the letter L. If you guessed Louisville Slugger, you did very well. You went to a KFC in China. Yeah, they're everywhere. Now, I imagine the taste is different in each one just a little bit. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. They may all use the same recipe. White Wabbit, did it taste the same in China that it does here? The menu was weird. That's what I figured. I figured it would be a little bit different in any area of the world you were in. The Louisville Slugger is the official bat. McDonald's was more the same. The Louisville Slugger is the official bat of Major League Baseball. The Hilrick and Bradsby Company turns out approximately 1 million bats a year. M represents Mammoth Cave. You can explore underground for miles. If your hobby is spelunking, these caves are sure to bring you smiles. Spelunking is exploring caves. Mammoth Cave is one of Kentucky's most famous natural attractions. Of course, we know what our most famous one, what I think our most famous one in. I think it's Cumberland Falls. I could be wrong on that, but since I lived near it most of my life, I automatically think of Cumberland Falls. But Mammoth Cave is a huge attraction. Yes, we did Mammoth Cave when White Wabbit was a child. She scared me to death. More than 350 miles long, Mammoth Cave is the longest cave in the world, and it's dark in there. I mean, when they turn the light off, it's literally, you could put your hand here, cannot see your hand in front of your face. It's dark in there. Inside the cave, there are 5 known levels with wide open rooms. There are waterfalls, lakes, and rivers inside the caves. It's beautiful. We really enjoyed that trip. It scared me, yes, but it was a fun trip. It's very ancient. It's a very, very old place, but it's a lovely place to visit. N helps us notice that some bridges are not man-made. Like the awesome natural bridge, its beauty will never fade. Guys, I am 50 some years old, and I have never been to the natural bridge. I grew up probably near it. Yes, it is the oldest cave system in this, yeah. I thought I might have put that on there, but maybe I didn't. But anyway, yeah, it's the oldest one around. The natural bridge is made from 900 tons. I think we did. We went for some bridge, but was that one or not? The natural bridge is made from 900 tons of suspended rock. The bridge is 65 feet high and 78 feet long. It's located in the Daniel Boone National Forest. It has taken nature millions of years to form this awesome site. It's literally a bridge made of rock. I don't think I've ever been there. That's to my knowledge, I don't remember ever being there. O. Yeah, but I think we did go to a benefit for it one time. 3 O's in Owensboro, a city with plenty to do. Listen to bluegrass music and try some barbecue. Because of its location along the Ohio River, it has always been an important city for trade and transportation. Owensboro is known for its contributions to culture. It is Kentucky's 3rd largest city, where you can find the Owensboro Museum of Fine Art and the International Bluegrass Museum. Owensboro hosts the International Barbecue Festival, where teams compete with their special recipes. Can you imagine 20 tons of barbecue? That's how much is served at the festival each year. Cooks compete for the Governor's Cup, awarded to best overall barbecue cooking, to the best overall barbecue cooking team. 20 tons of barbecue. That's just amazing. White Wabbit, I want to go to the Owensboro Museum of Fine Art. Put that on our to-do list. That's someplace I want to go. I want to go see the museum. P. Pleasant Hill, home of the Szekeers, begins with the letter P. Experience the simple life in this community. Pleasant Hill represents the customs and lifestyles of the people known as Szekeers. They were given the name from trembling during prayer time. The Szekeers arrived in Kentucky in the 1800s. They live a simple and peaceful life. They were skilled craftsmen in making furniture and other useful items, and they are thought to have invented the clothespin and the flat broom. Q. Quilt City, USA is where you'll find the letter Q. Quilts, historic sites, and murals are all there to welcome you. Paducah is known as Quilt City, USA. The National Quilt Museum, here's another museum I want to go to. The National Quilt Museum, also known as the Museum of American Quilters Society, is located there. Over 200 quilts of various styles are on display at the museum. R. Here we go. Run for the Roses. That's twice for the letter R. It's the race they call the Derby, drawing crowds from near and far. Roses are draped over the winning horse at the Kentucky Derby, a race that has been called the greatest 2 minutes in sports history. Held the first Saturday of May. The greatest 2 minutes in sports. S. Take a guess at the letter S. Sing a song or two. Songs like My Old Kentucky Home and Happy Birthday to You. Stephen Collins was inspired to write My Old Kentucky Home while visiting his cousin's plantation in Bardstown. The song was written in 1852 and is Kentucky's official state song. The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. Other famous songs composed by Stephen Foster include Camptown Races, Camptown Ladies Sing This Song, Doo-dah, Doo-dah, and Oh Susanna, Oh Susanna, Won't You Cry For Me, that one. Sisters Patty and Mildred Hill of Louisville wrote what has become the world's most familiar song, Happy Birthday to You. Mildred and Patty were both educators and wrote the song in 1893 for their kindergarten students. The song was originally composed as Good Morning to You, and the birthday lyrics were added later. See, I didn't know that, y'all. I learned a lot from this book. T. Standing tall like the letter T. Could it be a majestic tree? A few more T's and that would be the tulip tree, which is our state tree. The tulip tree is the official state tree. In 1994, it replaced the coffee tree as the state tree. The tulip tree is a type of magnolia tree. In the spring, the tree's yellow blossoms look like tulips, and it can grow to nearly 150 feet tall. U. The state motto begins with, United we stand, divided we fall. It's displayed on the flag to be seen by all. The state motto is one of the most important symbols on the Kentucky flag. In the center of the navy blue flag is the state seal. Standing united, a statesman and a frontiersman are shown shaking hands with our motto above and below them. Goldenrod, our state flower, is shown below the motto, and the words Commonwealth of Kentucky are over it. Kentucky is only one of 4 states known as a Commonwealth. The others are Virginia, Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania. Kentucky became our nation's 15th state on June 1st, 1792. V. Very gracefully in the sky, chased by girls and boys, is our state butterfly. It's called the Viceroy, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The Viceroy is a brilliant reddish-orange color with black outlining on its wings. Its markings are not only beautiful, but it helps keep it safe from predators. The Viceroy has 4 legs for walking, has 4 legs for walking and 2 small front legs in the front for eating. In 1990, the Viceroy was designated the state butterfly of Kentucky. Kentucky has some other special state animals. The state wild animal is the gray squirrel, and the state fish is the Kentucky bass. We even have a state fossil. It's called the brachiopod. It's a primitive animal that looks like a shell. I didn't know that. I learned a lot from this book. W winds us round to Wilderness Road, the first road in the state. Rough spots made travel slow, and no stoplights to make you wait. Sorry. A narrow trail used to bring settlers through the Cumberland Gap into Kentucky became known as the Wilderness Road. Part of the Wilderness Road is still preserved in the Levi Jackson State Park in London, Kentucky. X. Find the X in Fort Knox and you will find the treasure, where our nation stores its gold, almost too much to be measured. Fort Knox was named for Major General Henry Knox, who was the first Secretary of War in the United States. Fort Knox houses more than 6 billion, B with a B, not million, B with a B, billion, houses more than 6 billion worth of gold for the U.S. Treasury. A bullion of gold looks like a brick, and the depository was built in 1936. During World War II, and I thought this was real neat, many important national documents were stored at the vault in Fort Knox for safekeeping. Some included the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. The documents have since been returned to the National Archives in Washington, D.C., but the gold remains at Fort Knox. Why? The letter Y reminds us there can be two ways to go, Yankee or a rebel, a border state, you know. Early in the Civil War, Kentucky tried to remain neutral. Its geographic location gave Kentucky ties to both North and South. As the war continued, members of the same family could find themselves battling each other. Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson Davis were both born in Kentucky, and only a few months and a few counties apart. They were presidents on opposite sides of the Civil War. Jefferson led the South as president of the Confederate, and Abraham Lincoln was leading the North Z. Looking for something fun to do? Why not visit a zoo near you? Zigzag along paths and you might see an animal that begins with Z. How about an underwater zoo, where you might see zillions of zoophyte, and I hope I pronounced that right. It's zoo, P-H-Y-T-E. A zoophyte might look like a plant, but it's actually a simple invertebrate animal that looks like a sponge. You might find these and thousands of other fresh and saltwater creatures from around the world at the Newport Aquarium in Newport, Kentucky. Clear acrylic tunnels let you walk through the water while sharks and other sea creatures surround you. Looking for a zoo on land? Many types can be found at the Louisville Zoo, including some endangered species such as the Cuban crocodile and the black-footed ferret. The Louisville Zoo is the state zoo of Kentucky. Hello, Travis. Yeah, you can find monster catfish in the lakes too. So that was B is for Bluegrass. I wanted to talk about some of the neat stuff Kentucky has. I was just amazed at some of the things that I found out when I did the thing for this book. Okay, we're going to sing one more song and then we're going to make our craft. Let me remind you what we're doing today. Here is the camera. We're going to make a unicorn. We're going to make a rainbow unicorn. So you're going to need white and yellow cardstock. You're going to need some stickers to decorate it with. You're going to need your rainbow colors to make the rainbow. So we're going to make a rainbow unicorn here in just a few minutes. That's the example that I made to show you all. So let me grab me a drink real quick. We'll sing one more song and then we'll make our craft. It's good to see you, Travis. I know that you're probably getting ready to stream yourself. I'm glad you got to pop in. I told them my stream selections were crazy this week. I started out with spring, transitioned into a rainbow unicorn, and then transitioned into Kentucky history. I'm kind of meshing spring and unicorns in Kentucky all in one thing. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm about crazy. Okay. We sang Mr. Sun, Mr. Sun. We're going to sing the unicorn song, and I hope I can get the tune to this. It's by the Irish Rovers, and I cannot do an Irish accent, y'all. I have a Kentucky accent. That's all there is to it. But I'm going to try to sing this. I love this song. I think it's a whole lot of fun. And since we're doing a unicorn craft, I thought we needed a unicorn song since I didn't have a unicorn book. So here we go. A long time ago, when the earth was green, there were more kinds of animals than you've ever seen. They ran about and played while the earth was being born, and the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. There were green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, and sure as you're born, the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. The Lord seen some sinning, and it caused him pain, and he said, "Stand back, I'm gonna make it rain." And he said, "Hey, Brother Noah, let me tell you what to do. Go and build me a floating zoo, and take some green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, Some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, don't you forget my unicorn. Now old Noah was there to answer the call. He finished up the ark just as the rain started to fall. He marched in the animals 2 by 2, and he called out as they came through, "Hey Lord, I got some green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but Lord, I'm forlorn. I just can't find no unicorns." Noah looked out through the driving rain. Them unicorns were hiding, playing silly games, kicking and a splashing while the rain was pouring. Oh, them silly unicorns. There were green alligators, there were long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees. Noah cried, "Close the door, it's beginning to storm. We just can't wait for those unicorns." The ark started moving. It drifted with the tide. The unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried. The waters came down and sort of floated them away. And that's why you never see a unicorn to this very day. You'll see some green alligators, some long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, you're never gonna see a unicorn. Except today we're gonna make one. Oh, I know I didn't have the tune to that right, but I cannot get it in my head. Somehow it just escapes me. Okay. Let me get turned around here. We're going to make us a unicorn. Oh gosh, I don't have enough paper. Hold on. I thought I was all set up, guys. I'm beating and banging. I'm a piece of paper short. Okay. So let me switch the camera over. And we're going to make a unicorn. Okay. So we're actually going to make this. Although I'm going to try to put my little unicorn strips a little closer. Now, I forgot to tell you, on the Discord under Mom's Kidz Corner is a pattern for the oval that I'm using too. It's a pattern for this oval. If you'd like to print it, I should have told you that sooner. I'm so sorry. I can't draw. You all know that by now. I cannot draw, so I have to have a pattern for most everything. I can draw a triangle or something like that, but anything that has to be precise, I can't do it. You know that. So I use a pattern for pretty much everything. And I try to post the patterns so that you all can get to them if you want them. So let's go ahead and cut out everything that we need to cut out. First, we need an oval. So, and I did my oval in yellow so I could trace it, see it to trace it better. Okay. So let's cut that out. There's some scissors. Scoot over pencil. And I try to cut this up as close as I can because I'm going to use the bottom half to get the ears out of. So let's cut out the oval. That's going to be our unicorn's face. Humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, and sure as you're born, the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. We'll cut out the oval. Okay. So there's our oval. That's going to be our face. Let me put him out of the way. Okay. Then we're going to need a couple of ears. No, let's see. I'm going to do the horn first. And I'm hoping I can use this scrap piece of paper. And the reason I'm doing it this way is I'm terrible at gauging size. So I lay it like this so I can kind of tell that it doesn't need to be much much bigger than that, I don't think. I'm going to use my scrap piece of paper here to make the horn for my unicorn. I'm just doing a triangle, but instead of making it pointy, I'm just making it rounded at the top. Kind of like a little mountain. So that's my horn, and I hope that's, yeah. We'll turn it over so we don't see the drawing on it. So there's my unicorn horn. Might could have been a little taller, but wonder if I could. Well, I don't like the way that looks. Let me try that again. You will find out that with me, I do a lot of that. I end up making it 2 or 3 times sometimes to get it the way I want it. Let's try that again. Needs to be just a little taller. I don't know if I can do that or not with this. See if that'll work. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, you guys. There. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Then we're going to do some ears. And the ears are just going to be a little triangle. Well, I can't draw a straight line to save me today. Okay, let's do this. That's not quite big enough, I don't think. No. Okay. Needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay. Sometimes when I make my example, I sit here and fuss with it and fuss with it and fuss with it till I get it the way I want it. There we go. I can live with that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this now and kind of measure by it so I know what I'm doing. You've heard the old saying, you can't draw a straight line with a ruler. I've actually tried it. I've actually used a straight line and not managed to get a straight line out of it. So let's cut the ears. Okay, now we've got our ears. Okay. And then let's get the face finished. And then we will cut out the strips to go on the back. But I want to get the face, I want to get the ears put on and the horn put on and all the stuff on the face. And then we'll add the strips at the last. So let me get my glue. Okay. I did tape on the example because I wanted to be able to move it if I had to. I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom of the unicorn horn and try to center it as much as I possibly can. going to put the ears on like that. Da 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 da. Okay. All right. Now turn it back over. There we go. A little bit of glue showing. Okay. Now close that down for just a minute. Okay. Now we're going to take a pink marker and we're going to draw the inset of the ears. And just color that in. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, and then we'll do the other one. Okay, now we've got the ears and the horn on. I think next, before we draw the face on, that I'm going to put the flowers on the top. That way maybe I can kind of center the face on better. So let me get my, I just have some little, I had stars and I had letters, and I also had some of these like jewel things. I probably got some more stuff over there, but I thought these little flower looking things would work to do on there. So I used a big one, and I think I'm going to do an orange in the middle of this one. And then how about a green and a yellow? No, I think the big ones work better. Okay, so a green, I need a big yellow. Okay, and then a blue, and then I'll need one more. Let's see, what do we got here? How about a pink? Okay, so let's use those. Let's put these back. Now these are just stickers that I'm going to layer on there for decoration. They actually have the, you can take the, you can pop the inside of it out if you wanted to. I kind of like the solid flower, but let's do this one by popping the inside out and see how it looks. Ah, come on. Don't do that to me. Okay. So I'm going to kind of center that, and then we're going to put two on each side for decoration for their little headband like thing. Okay. these little stickers are definitely sticky. Okay. So we're going to put one right here. And then we're going to put one. Come on. Okay. Put one right here. Okay. I'm learning. I take the middle out first, then I'll have to fight with it. Okay, and then put this one right here. Take this out. Ah, come on, turn loose. Okay. Okay, and then put him kind of right there. Okay, now we've got the little decoration on. I don't think it might have looked better if we'd left them in the middle, but I thought we'd try something different today. Okay, now we're going to draw the face on. Now, guys, since I am such a artistic, awesome drawer, I'm going to start with my pencil. I'm going to draw it in with my pencil, and then we'll go over it with the black marker. But that way, if I mess it up, I can go back and fix it. See, this one, she kind of got sideways a little bit. She looks a little bit sideways. So we'll see if I can even this one up just a little bit better. So I'm going to start about here, and then start about here. Okay. And then draw some little lashes. Okay. That one is a little bit down a little bit. That's why I started with the pencil, you guys. Okay, now, and then we'll draw her little nose. And then her little mouth. And then we'll put the little hearts. I have heart stickers for the little cheeks. There. Okay. What do you think? Okay, so let's take the marker now and trace over it. Black marker, black marker. Okay. So let's trace over it with a black marker. Give her some little eyelashes. And then we'll put the little hearts on for her cheeks. Okay, there's her face. Hello, Angela. All right, now we've got to cut out the little rainbow strips to make her a rainbow unicorn. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to use scrap paper. I have my whole little basket of scrap paper over here that I'm going to pull out the colors. As you can see, it's ones that I've used before, and I'm just going to use them again. Okay. So I'm going to do all the cutting first, and then we'll assemble. So let me stand her up over here by the microphone. She can stand over there. Stand right there, sweetheart, out of the way. Yes, okay. Now, we need red. I do this by ROYGBIV. That way I know what I'm doing. So we need red. And we will have to cut these in half. They'll be too long. But I go ahead and try to cut it all the way up so that I can reuse my paper all the time. I try to think ahead. So red, orange, ROYGBIV, red, orange, yellow. And I had just a little bit of a strip left of the yellow that I'm just going to, where's that, the green? No, that's the yellow. I'm going to try to make it a little smaller. Whoever's a dinging me, you're going to have to wait. Let me make sure it's not somebody that will call me if I don't answer them. Okay, that's a group text I'm in, so you're liable to hear a lot of dings. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me put my phone down somewhere over here. Maybe it won't be so loud. Sorry. Okay. Red, orange, yellow, Roy G. Green. If you had yarn, or if you had a tissue paper or tape or anything like that, color that you want to use in place of this, you could do the rainbow part with anything else besides construction paper if you wanted to. Okay, ROYGBIV. Roy yellow, G green, Biv blue, indigo, and then purple. Violet, rather. Blue. And I'm not, these are all different sizes, and I don't think it really matters. Indigo. And then violet or purple. And I'm just cutting strips. It's not anything fancy. They're not the same size. They're not the same width. They won't be. Okay, now we're going to take our little rainbow head. We're going to turn him over, and we are going to attach our rainbow. Now, I have to make sure I know what I'm doing here because I almost did this backwards. So it's ROYGBIV. The red's got to go over there. Okay. I have to stop and think what I'm doing, y'all. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it and we're going to glue it on and then trim it off. So I'm thinking probably half will be long enough. No, maybe not. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's glue the first one on. And then let's kind of stand up. Let's kind of gauge how long we want it to be. So a nice flowy rainbow, maybe what about there? Okay. So we'll kind of gauge it by that. So it's going to be okay. About like that, I think. Okay, so red, orange. So orange goes next. I'm going to put it right up against it this time and hope that works. I taped this the last time. I'm gluing this time. I might should have taped it so I could move them if I wanted to. Okay, and we'll snip him off. Okay, and I will take a piece of tape at the end and put over the top of that to make sure those stay on. Okay, so red, orange, yellow. Okay. Trying to put them close together this time. My example, I didn't put them close together. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay, red, orange, yellow, green. Oops, sorry. Blue. Indigo. Okay. Some green alligators and long neckies. Okay, and then the purple. Let's see how this turned out. I hope this turned out okay. Now, I'm going to take a piece of tape and put over that to make sure that it doesn't come loose. Just like that. All right, let's see what we did. And there she is. Probably should have been a little farther over, but that's okay. You could always add more strips if you wanted to. But there's our unicorn rainbow. Rainbow unicorn. I'm saying everything backwards today. There's our rainbow unicorn. And here's the one I made for an example. And like I said, if you had like tissue paper or I don't know if you could you'd probably use yarn if you wanted to put yarn for her rainbow, but you could use different things to make the rainbow out of. And of course you could use different decorations and so on. But I thought she turned out pretty good all in all. So we got a pair of unicorns laying there. Okay. Let's sing our next song. She turned out pretty, I think. Okay, let's sing our next song, and then I got one more story to do. Turn that off and go back to the PDF. We're going to sing I Can Sing a Rainbow. Red and orange and yellow and green, blue and purple too. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow with you. Look with your eyes, listen with your ears, and sing everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow with me. Red and orange, yellow and green, blue and purple too. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow with you. Look with your eyes, listen with your ears, sing everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow with me. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow with me. I can sing a rainbow. I thought that was a sweet song. Okay. We're going to do one more story out of my Humpty Dumpty storybook. I've had this book since I was about 9 years old. It's a very old book. It has it has several stories in it. Let's see if I can find the it's got lots of stories in it, you can see. And it's got writing in it because I had people autograph it for me when I was a kid. I have teachers' autographs in here. I have some people autograph that I worked at Tombstone Junction when I was 16, and I had people down there autograph it. This book was actually copywritten in, one second, gotta find the right page, 1966. So I've had it since I was about 9 years old. It's one of my favorite books. It's got some great stories in it. And we're going to do a story, and I'll show you the story itself that we're going to do. That I thought was a sweet story, if I can find it. Yeah, we're going to do a story called The Stolen Song. This way. See the weasel, and there's a bird up in the tree. It's called The Stolen Song. It's by Marabeth L. Murphy and Cyndy Szekeers illustrated the whole book. But this is a short story, and it's really cute. High in a tiny tree lived a small bird from whose throat magic music swelled. I must have that lovely song. I will steal it and keep it for my very own, thought the weasel, who lived in a hole under the bush. At night he prowled beneath the nest high up in the tree. No one can take away my song, the tiny golden bird whispered, and she never ended her song without locking it in her wee treasure box and putting the key on a silver chain around her throat. The weasel crept around and around under the tree, but could find no way to get the song. One night, when the moon was down and the sky was at its darkest, he slipped across the forest floor to the foot of the tree. He waited in the blackness until he was sure the tiny bird was asleep, and then he started climbing toward the nest. Now I will get the song, he thought to himself as he sprang into the branches. He stopped a moment, closing his eyes to imagine the lovely song in his own dark hole. The bird was awakened by the sound of the leaves brushing together. That's not the wind, she thought, and her little heart fluttered with fear. But she kept silent, listening. When she heard the sound again, she knew the weasel was climbing toward her nest. Frightened, she flew out into the night to the safety of another tree far away in the forest. When the weasel heard her fly away, he was pleased. He crept quickly to the nest and looked inside. All he could see was bits of golden feather that the tiny bird had lost in her haste. He poked in the twigs and the fluff that made up the soft lining of the nest, and there he found the wee, tiny treasure chest. "It's here," he cried jubilantly. "Now the song is all mine." Then the cunning weasel hurried toward his hole down under the bush. He turned the treasure box over and over, admiring its beauty as he ran. Down in his hole he tried to open the lid, but he couldn't, for it was locked. He pulled and tugged, he shook and pounded, but the lock held firm. "At least I have the pretty box," he sighed, and he set the wee treasure box inside. But when the morning came and it was light, he saw that the delicate carving had been crushed and battered by his rough treatment. Sadly, he crept out of his hole. He missed the sweet song of the bird, and the sunshine seemed just a little less bright. And the weasel felt very lonely, and far away he could hear the faintest sound of the golden bird weeping for her song. "This is not what I wanted," thought the weasel. "I have the song, but I cannot hear it. The bird makes the forest so sorrowful with her weeping." He took the wee treasure chest and set out once more across the forest floor to the foot of the tree. When the tiny golden bird heard the weasel again, she fluttered in fright and flew as fast as her wings would take her far away to the safety of another tree in the forest. The weasel made his way back up the nest and carefully put the wee treasure back inside, and then went back to his hole and under the bush. When the tiny golden bird returned and found her treasure chest, she took the key on the silver chain from around her throat and unlocked the little box. She took out the song. It was as beautiful as ever. The weasel, down in his hole, under the bush far across the forest, heard the joyous burst of the song from the little bird. Why, he thought, I do have the song of the tiny golden bird. I have the magic right here in my own home, he exclaimed, and as he felt the warmth of the magic in his own heart, he listened to the golden tiny bird sing the beautiful magic song. Oh, I thought that was such a lovely story. This book has some really neat stories in it. I can't wait to do cheese, peas, and chocolate pudding. I've got to find some sort of a theme that I can do cheese, peas, and chocolate pudding to. Okay, we got one more song to sing, and then we will review, and we will call it a day. So we're going to sing, Happiness is Something If You Give It Away. Let me get a drink before we sing. My throat's dry. All right. Ooh, that wasn't shaken up very well. Yeah. All right, here we go. Happiness is something if you give it away. You give it away. You give it away. Happiness is something if you give it away, then it comes right back to you. Oh, it's just like a magic penny. Hold on tight and you won't get any. Lend it, spend it, give it away, and it comes right back to you. A hug is something if you give it away. You give it away. You give it away. A hug is something if you give it away, then it comes right back to you. Oh, it's just like a magic penny. Hold on tight and you won't get any. Lend it, spend it, give it away, and it comes right back to you. Love is something if you give it away. You give it away. You give it away. Love is something if you give it away, then it comes right back to you. Oh, it's just like a magic penny. Hold on tight and you won't get any. Lend it, spend it, give it away, and it comes right back to you. Happiness is something if you give it away. You give it away. You give it away. Happiness is something if you give it away, then it comes right back to you. Oh, all right. So let's review what we've done today. I'm going to put the camera back up so you can see the little rainbow unicorns that we made. We made one on stream and I made one as an example. We did a book about Kentucky. I said I was so interested that I wanted to share Kentucky with you all. We did B as for Bluegrass. And I'm going to go over just a couple of things that we talked about real quick. The state bird of Kentucky was the cardinal. What was an ornithologist? Somebody that studies birds. What makes the bluegrass look blue? It's a little flower that blooms on top of the grass. That makes it look blue, and Kentucky's nickname is the Bluegrass State. Who was Boonesboro named after? Daniel Boone. I wanted to go, Davy Crockett. And I went, that's not the right person. They can't sing that song with that. We could go, Daniel Boone. The frontiersman of Kentucky. That doesn't quite rhyme, but anyway. Um, the state song, of course, was My Old Kentucky Home, composed by Stephen Foster. Um, the state motto was United We Stand, Divided We Fall. The Kentucky Derby is held the first Saturday in May. First Saturday in May. And the cap and jacket worn by a jockey are called silks, represent the owners of the horse. The nation's gold is stored at Fort Knox, Kentucky. The state butterfly is the viceroy. And there are only 4 states known as commonwealths. So that was a little Kentucky history. B is for bluegrass. We talked about that today. We also did a story called The Stolen Song that we just finished, about a weasel who stole a golden bird song, but then he wasn't happy because he couldn't hear the song. We made a beautiful rainbow unicorn, which I think she turned out pretty. Probably should have scooted my rainbow over just a little bit, but either way, she's still very pretty. And it wasn't very hard to make. You just needed some construction paper, some stickers, and so on. So I thought that was really pretty. And of course, we did several songs, and I'm going to recap the songs before we quit. We started out with, "Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind that tree." And then we went to the Unicorn Song by the Irish Rovers. "There was green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, the loveliest of them all was the unicorn." And we did "I Can Sing a Rainbow." "Look with your eyes, listen with your ears, sing everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow with me." And then we finished up with "Happiness is something if you give it away, you give it away, you give it away. Happiness is something if you give it away, then it comes right back to you." So that's what we've done today. We have done some Kentucky history, a nice story, some songs, and a really neat craft. Thank you all for coming and visiting with me. I am not going to rate anybody just for the simple fact that I have to do Johnny and Heidi's Sunday supper and at 4, which gives me a little bit of time to either go buy something or go make something really quickly for Sunday supper. So I'm not going to rate anybody because I don't want to be rude and raid somebody and then have to leave. I hate to do that. If I raid somebody, I like to stay around a little bit. So thank you all for coming and visiting with me today. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. For those of you, I know there's probably some lurkers out there listening. And I hope that if parents like this little craft, that they will go back and look at the VOD and maybe do it with their children. Because it is a fun little craft, I think. So, Ange Dance, hi honey. So good to see you. I normally do Family Game Day right after thank you, darling. I normally do Family Game Day right after Mom's Kidz Corner. But here's the deal. Let me tell you all a little bit of what's going on in my world before Oh, Dad, hello, darling. Let me tell you a little bit of what's going on in my world right now so that you kind of know what's going on with me. Today I have Sunday supper and Zoom concert with Johnny and Heidi, so I'm going to be tied up the rest of the afternoon with that. And then tomorrow I won't be doing a stream. Okay, I won't be doing a stream tomorrow because I am house hunting. I'll be traveling down to where White Wabbit lives to look at a house. So there's a possibility that I might be moving in the coming months. I want to get near my baby. I want to travel near her. I would like to get closer to her. So I've got that going on. I've got a shot in my knees again this week. I'm on a 5-week series of that. And I've got a COVID shot this week. So I've got a lot of stuff going on this week. So I will not be streaming tomorrow night. I can't do it because I'll be traveling. I'll be back home tomorrow night, but I don't know what time I'll be back, so I don't want to say that I will stream and then not be able to. So I won't be streaming tomorrow night. But I thank you all so much for visiting with me. I thank you all for being so kind. So many of you come week after week and at least say hi. If you can't stay, you lurk, or at least come in and say hello to me. And I appreciate that so much. It's so kind to see these faces that I know and love. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. So I will say the thing that I say every time before I end my stream. Love to all. Be safe. Wear your mask, wash your hands, get a vaccine if you can. Take care of yourselves, be safe, and be kind to one another. There's not enough kindness in the world, and if we can spread a little bit of that around, we'll be doing great. So I love you all. Thank you for being my friend, my online friends. Thank you for that. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate that you come in and you visit, and I appreciate that when I come to your streams, you're so kind to me. You treat me like family, and that means a lot. So thank you so much, and I will see you all hopefully Wednesday. So WabbitttsMom out.